Inbound Blitz Firefight.
Hello everyone, my name is Masterofroflness. Welcome to some Halo Wars 2 footage. I was able to do some Halo Wars 2 coverage about a week ago in Seattle, courtesy of the developers. And so I was able to get some content of the new Blitz mode as well as Blitz Firefight mode. And of course, I got some B-roll footage of the campaign. Wasn't able to do direct capture, but it is what it is. Anyway, so this is the new Blitz mode. More specifically, the new Blitz Firefight mode. Blitz mode is essentially a mode that takes away the eco-management and the base building of RTS games, and has you sort of like calling in units with the usage of cards. These cards can be obtained with multiplayer matches that you complete, campaign missions you finish, and of course buying them online for real money. I guess it's similar to that of the rec points for Halo 5, except these are not consumables. Once you own a card, you can forever customize your deck with that card. Now, what prevents you from, just spamming out these cards everywhere on the map and stuff like that, is the fact that you have to also control energy. Energy is called in with the usage of drop pods, and you gotta destroy the drop pod and collect the energy inside in order to use the appropriate card. So for example, I had about 80 energy, so I was able to call in a Hornet, but I wasn't able to call in the Vulture, which is about 140 energy. And that's sort of how it works. You use like 5 energy in order to cycle your cards to get like a better hand, so to speak. And periodically throughout the map, you're gonna see these drop pods sort of like go around, and you can collect them with a unit, gather up the energy, call in your favorite unit, or for example maybe an ability which improves your unit's speed and damage, maybe restoration as well, even of course calling in leader powers sometimes. It's fairly enjoyable actually, and very intense, I gotta say. I could see it being very frustrating, however, considering that if you don't get the right hand, you're gonna get fucked. Anyway, so this is the Blitz Firefight mode, which is the single player variant of Blitz mode. Blitz mode is typically a multiplayer mode where you call in cards to defeat your opponents and control zones, which allow you to gather up more points. And with these points, you will, if you get to about 100 or 200, I completely forgot how many points you actually need. You can sort of like finish off the match, kind of like Company of Heroes, where whoever gathers up the most points, or whoever, I guess like gets the max limit of points wins. So you could either like beat your opponents by getting as more points to them at the end of the timer, or for example by getting 200 points or the max limit or whatever before them. Now Blitz Firefight isn't about that. It's more about controlling at least 2 or 3 zones on the map and having the AI sort of like contest you on these zones. If the AI owns about like 2 or let's say all of the zones on the map, then they're going to fill up a meter. Once the meter hits to about 100%, well, you lose. That's really about it. So it's kind of like a horde mode, but instead of like worrying about yourself, you're more so worrying about these zones that you have to control. That's really about it. And so that's the basic gist of Blitz and Blitz Firefight. I'll explain more on Blitz as we get onto the Blitz specific missions. But over here, this is the second time I played Blitz Firefight. I wanted to show off the first time, but I was fucking bad, right? I was fucking shit. So I'll show that off later. Anyway, you have a wide variety of UNSC vehicles that you can summon onto the field. I believe you can also use banished vehicles and units as well, and also abilities, but you have to pick like the right leader. So right now what they had on show was just the cutter version, or just the leader Captain Cutter, right? So we weren't able to show off like Aatrox, for example, or any of the other leaders, right? But I feel like in the final game you will be able to utilize all 6 of the leaders at your disposal in Blitz mode, Blitz Firefight, as well as the multiplayer. So this Blitz Firefight, I gotta say, even though it's a horde mode, it is an exciting mode. As you can see right now, I was able to fight off against some Forerunner Sentinels. I was able to fight some UNSC armored columns, as well as some like massive infantry battalions that get to really ludicrous levels. I've seen like a maxed out army of Hellbringers just sort of come out of nowhere. It gets pretty intense. That was a boss battle actually, the Spartans coming in. So there's sort of like a Spartan wave, a regular old UNSC wave, and then also you got the Forerunner wave. Sadly, I don't really see any banished waves, and I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Actually, I think they should like add in some banished waves as well as on top of the UNSC waves and the Forerunner waves. Just make it a lot more interesting to play and stuff like that. So right now I got I got some Hornets, got some Marines, Hellbringers, Warthogs, Vultures, a Scorpion obviously. In order to collect energy, I'm going to have to use land units in order to collect it. I could destroy the drop pods with air units, but I won't be able to collect it. So keeping alive a Warthog or two in order to move around and destroy crates and collect the energy is very valuable. As you can see, I can't really spawn camp the AI because they heal ludicrously fast in their spawn, so definitely not something I want to do. And right now, I just made the mistake of moving my Hornets into the energy. Not good. When you first spawn a unit, it starts off at half health, and then it has to slowly gather up that health as time goes on. I believe the process can be stopped if the unit's actually attacked while it's charging up. I'm not really sure entirely. The only way to heal is really through an ability or your healer specific unit. So right now I was lucky enough to get a Nightingale. That unit is going to heal up all of my units right now, which is pretty dope. And I find Nightingales to be probably the most important unit sometimes, as they will allow you to survive the battlefield quite easily. Anyway, sometimes there are some like I guess some pretty meme looking units onto the field that have like silver skulls or gold skulls, which make them like a boss unit. So for example, there'll be a grizzly, or maybe of course there'll be a specific Spartan or whatever that just comes in with the normal waves. You gotta pay attention to these guys. I believe they give you more score, as well as on top of that, just being a pain in the ass to deal with. Right now in my hand, you see the Mac Blast, you see the Wild Hellbringers, you see the Extractor Marines. Unit that I don't really exactly know what it's all about. Actually, I'm not really sure what an Extractor Marine is all about, but that is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna send forward a single Spartan or Scorpion in order to take care of these guys. You could get a wide range of units actually in this mode. Right now, what we had access to was a pretty like basic build and basic deck, but you can get access to some pretty potent stuff like Spartans, like the new UNSC Condor. You can get access to Vultures, obviously, Scorpions. Pretty cool stuff. The AI will also try and get some energy, so definitely don't leave your energy and think like, oh hey, the AI is going to ignore you. The AI will try to contest you for energy. It doesn't use the energy, but it will it'll try to steal the energy from you.
Can I get some repairs?
Interesting thing about this game mode is that the Halo 3 announcer is back in full swing, and he's like Kill-tacular, Kilimanjaro, all this shit. It's pretty cool. I really enjoy it. So yeah, this is my second game for what was it, Firefight. So obviously I'm going to be pretty shit. I think actually I got the second highest score out of everybody at the Halo Wars 2 event. Who beat me was Alex the Rambler by about, I think, 10,000 or 8,000. I think Alex the Rambler's video will show that off, as I wasn't able to get the picture of him like having a selfie with his highest score, the fucking cunt. But you know, you can see his video to see his highest score. I think he has like 10,000 over me, or maybe 8,000. I'm not really sure. I was able to get a cool RC car, but wasn't able to bring it with me on the plane, so I had to give it to some kids, some grandma's grandkid or whatever, which was kind of cool actually. Gave me some blood, butterflies inside my stomach. Anyway, so right now the AI is kind of, for all intents and purposes, it's sort of kicking my butt right now. It's splitting off effectively. It's able to go to different zones where I have like no control over, and kind of like take me over. As the game goes on and stuff, and the waves get harder and harder, there'll be a lot more units on the field, to the point where the game will lag actually, and the AI will also use some leader abilities. Something to worry about. Right now I'm holding the Mac Blast just in case I want to use it at the right time. Right now I'm just thinking about just spamming out as many vultures as possible, getting like a critical mass of them, and then afterwards just memeing it up. I don't really use the abilities much on my units because I'm so focused on like moving back and forth between like different areas of the map, to the point where I don't really have the time to like focus on that. A few Spartans armed with machine guns, so I'm really thankful of that. But if they were armed with Spartan lasers, I would be fine. So, yeah, that's the new Blitz mode. Obviously, I know there's going to be some hatred for the new mode, as it is like essentially something that people hate, microtransactions in video games. However, this is its own self-contained mode. There is already a multiplayer with different game modes where there's 1v1, 2v2, 3 vs 3. So you don't really, and there's also a higher population limit. Right now it's like out of 30, but in the final version of the game, I believe they're increasing it to accommodate for everybody who wants like what was it?
Copy that.
I guess larger scale battles. So don't worry about that. That will be in the game. In terms of criticism that I have right now for the Blitz Firefight mode, I guess it's a little bit cumbersome to summon some units with hotkeys. I can't use control group 1, 2, or 3 or 4 as those keys actually occupy the card hotkey. So if I want to like summon cards really fast, that's cool. But I won't be able to make control groups that are easy. Fortunately, there are key rebindings. I have actually asked the people over there. So if I want to, I can rebind my cards to Q, W, E, R, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 can be my hotkeys or whatever. I can already see some people also saying, hey, where's the flood? They would be excellent for this mode. I'm not gonna lie, that would be pretty cool. I would like to see the flood. However, I'm not really sure if it's like going to be in the final version of the game. I believe it's going to maybe be later on into the game's development, if the game will actually have the flood, which it may or may not. One other caveat to summoning units is also the fact that you need line of sight. You can't summon your units in the fog pool. If all 3 of my zones are captured, however, and I have no units on the field, I can always spawn units in the spawn. So that's something to keep in mind about. There's a fuck ton of Wolverines over there. Holy shit. There's a Grizzly tank as well. Actually, well, that isn't a Grizzly. That's just more of a more powerful Scorpion. I think I called it a Grizzly last time around. I didn't mean to do that. But whatever. Anyway, I'm going to use the Mac Blast to sort of get rid of all these guys. Overkill. We're just going to wipe out these guys. So yeah, the major draw right now in terms of strategy is sort of like divvying out your... I suppose your units in good positions so that you're able to send in the appropriate units to like different areas of the map. Putting your AI, right, the AI that you're versing off against, into choke points. Then afterwards, just annihilating his units with like well-placed Mac Blast or like well-placed counters. That would be the basic gist of it. There's also obviously a bit of strategy involved with customizing your deck to suit like different waves and stuff. So right now this deck is pretty basic, but later on I would like to incorporate some abilities and some units that I would really like to help out. I'll explain more about the cards and their or what they're all about later on in their own video. Right now I'm just like kind of focusing heavily on the firefight. But there won't always be a time when a Marine will do everything a Marine is supposed to do. There may be different variants that could be more suited to different battlefields. My Vulture over here is taking a lot of damage, I believe. And my Nightingale is still alive. Killtacular over here. A pretty nice job on my part. Thank you, Roflmasterscave, for being so good at the game. So now we got another wave coming on the right side. I got a Warthog squad that's trying to go around and no, not my Nightingale. Go back. Got a Wolverine over there that was able to take out my Hornet. I think I'm able to essentially shock and awe my opponent here. Gotta Kilimanjaro. I lost the Vulture, however. Big mistake. Should have pulled him back a little bit more. Oh well. It's a little bit hard to control the units because I don't have any control groups. Granted, all units, local units still works with the Q button, so that's always nice. And the scroll functionality sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. I was playing an early build of the game, so any of the complaints that I'm having right now will be probably addressed later on in its development, including Q bindings, obviously. It was just something that I faced. There are issues with the Xbox version of the game that I'll get into in the Blitz multiplayer videos that I do think need some attention to. Right now we got some Spartan with some lasers. Spartans with some Spartan lasers. Wow, I just thrown out right there. Machine guns as well. And I believe, yep, that would be the Grizzly right over there. Yeah, let's see. Alright, and so what ended up happening was the recording software that I was given, essentially, or the recording, actually, I don't remember what it was all about. I think it was like an Elgato or something. So never mind about that. But essentially, I was given a tool to allow me to record footage and stuff. So I didn't have to like bring my own tools for recording. However, they've split I guess the Warzone firefight and multiplayer matches into 15-minute segments, which isn't too much of a problem for Blitz multiplayer, but Blitz Firefight, this is a pretty big video, so splitting it into 2 parts is kind of annoying. Anyway, 2 vultures came out, so the rounds are getting harder. We're now on heroic. I think it goes all the way to, I got all the way to nightmare, me and Alex, so I'm not sure how far it goes to, but it goes past legendary, I know that much.
Wave start.
This isn't really the appropriate video to look at the
Energy drop.
like Halo Wars 2 as a whole and talk about the game, like, and also like oh shit, that's a Mac Cannon blast. Oh, can I get out of there? Oh, I did. Good job, Roflmasterscave of the past. Nice job, good job. Well, I kill atrocities, I guess. It's kind of cool. I just like the nostalgia of that, like, guy coming back into my life. I wonder how old he is. I don't really know. Anyway, so yeah, this is probably the a bad video to talk about the multiplayer or the actual like. Ooh, this was a mistake. Yep, this actually cost me the oh fuck, that back blast. I just didn't see it coming.
New wave approaching.
Got a high energy warning, so a lot of energy is coming out. But yeah, that was a big problem. I mean, man, I can't believe I lost so many vultures. I mean, it's not too much of a problem because I have like a fuck ton of energy, but still,
Wave start.
that wasn't something that I wanted to have happen.
Energy drop.
Alright, so just getting a lot more units right now. Local units, this bitch. Gonna back off a little bit. Gonna Mac blast that son of a bitch right there. Ooh. Got some Kodiaks, which are arty units. Get out of here. I don't know why I'm saying get out of here. It's already, the match is already over.
Zone A contested.
Anyway, we're gonna overkill this bitch and then get back to B. So yeah, this isn't the correct video for a discussion of Halo Wars 2's multiplayer gameplay and all that stuff. This is more just talking about Blitz mode. So I guess obvious problems with Blitz mode are definitely like balance in terms of like cards and how you obtain them. Granted, you can get cards with 3 methods, right? Playing the campaign, doing multiplayer matches, buying them. So it's fair in that sense. And in Blitz Firefight, it doesn't really matter too much because this is a single player mode. In multiplayer, we have a little bit of a, we could have a little bit of a problem. But obviously, as long as the developers are able to, oh god, there's a lot of Forerunners and Hornets right here. Forerunner Sentinels, Hornets, all over, just trying to get the fuck away and just kill everything. Manjaro, I wonder if I get Killionaire. There's Catastrophe right there. Kill Apocalypse. There we fucking go. Top Keck. Anyway. So. What was I about to say before that shit happened? I believe I said Top Keck. I feel like I'm cool. But the new Blitz mode, I guess, could be considered in many ways unbalanced in terms of multiplayer matches. However, if they're able to balance out the rate at which you gather up cards so that it's not ludicrously crazy in terms of grindiness, and also there's no like super OP cards that break the balance, I'm okay with it. In fact, the Scarab and the new Condor unit are in Blitz mode. However, these 2 cards are timed units, right? They don't last for very long. Walking my Vulture into all this shit is not good. Walking into a Mac Blast is not. Oh, I think that's my own Mac Blast actually, which is why it's red. Yeah, I think if I'm gonna run with a new deck, I might just like take out the vulture.
Captured.
Even though I love the vulture and stuff like that. All units your ass and not lose the vulture. I lost the vulture. Nice beam. I think I got the press right here. I was like, why did all my vultures die? Why am I so bad? Got a warthog doing nothing. So yeah, it definitely comes down to how are the developers going to balance out the card packs. And I guess because they're cards that you always own, it's not as bad as like rec packs, which are consumable. So that so if you like, I don't know, if you use a card, you're not essentially going to lose it forever, which is good. We got a couple of Spartans with a variety of different weapons. Or maybe they're all armed with machine guns. I didn't actually look. No, they have a variety of different weapons. I, for some reason, pulled back my scorpions. Not sure why. Somehow in my brain, I thought this was a good idea. I, again, don't know why. I think I was panicking at this point. Even though I really shouldn't have been. And over here, now I finally, like, deal with the Spartan menace. But at what cost? There's a lot of like wasted time. Thankfully I got some nightingales, but still, not good, Morphin. It's not good. What I should have done is take that warthog and just like move into the energy over there on the top. Actually, I think I do that. Yep, there we go. Firefight by itself, I think is fine. It just needs yeah, there's some lagging that's coming out. I just need that there needs to be key bindings in the final version definitely to fix out this control group problem, or at least like move down the quick card selection to some other key or some other set of keys. I think the waves themselves get easy at first and then increasingly more difficult as time goes on to the point where they're unmanageable, so I think it's fine. I think maybe better placement of energy, because at some point you're going to memorize it. And it's only like really the top portion that gets most of the energy, and then afterwards like the right and bottom side get like I guess 1 or 2 drop pods. So if there was more like RNG put into it, maybe it might be a little bit better. But obviously balance is important. Something else that could also be a little bit of a problem to certain players would be the fact that, like I said, very boring to just play against UNSC and Forerunner. So I think maybe the Banish coming in would be nice. Flood obviously as well. There's some notes to make it a little bit spiced up. Maybe some different modifiers like skulls that can improve the game, because I believe, yeah, skulls will be in custom games of Halo Wars too, so that should be pretty good. Like private matches and stuff. I don't know if there's Blitz Firefight multiplayer. I think Blitz Firefight is strictly single player only. Okay, so over here, I'm gonna Mac blast those guys over there. Gotta kill Catastrophe. Trying my best to hold on, but that Kodiak over there is just pounding me away. And we're on Legendary right now, so shit's getting wild. Wave 22. Holy fuck. Got some Marines over here just duking it out. Some Marines don't have the grenades, so right now I'm like, I have some Marines that don't really have access to grenades. Some do, which is why sometimes I don't really like use abilities, because I forget which ones have abilities and which ones do not. Alright, so next wave, I believe this is, yep, a 4-1 wave. Holy shit, these things get crazy. It's very easy actually to play this this mode, because a lot of my units just fire on the go, which is kind of nice. Obviously the infantry do not. Actually, I think the infantry, yep, the infantry do. So you could just like not have to worry too much about that sort of menace. You can get some pretty crazy cards in Blitz, by the way. You can get some Cyclops' reactive armor. Obviously, I've talked about the Kodiak, which is the ultimate unit for UNSC. The new ultimate unit used to be the Vulture. It's not anymore, but it's a timed unit, however, for Blitz mode. What else can you get? You can get some pretty memey stuff, like some of Atriox's cards are pretty dope. Like the Atriox Chosen, which can like run 6 units if you get the right combination.
I'm leaking fuel,
Anyway, trying to take it slow, trying to get rid of the forerunners, and yep, here we come. Here we go, another mode. Oh, or not another mode, another wave. Could be a problem.
Energy dropped.
Really, what I should have done in these matches, or not in these matches, in these games, is use cycle a lot more, as cycle's really useful, and by not using it, I just cuck myself in these matches. And over here, I think like I get more and more nervous. Mac Blast over there. Summon the Vulture, just cause I can. Really dumb of me to do that. Like I should have definitely like spawned it a little bit back, but I didn't. Friendly Mac Blast coming in. I'm not sure how you get those friendly Mac Blasts. I believe it's just like, I don't know, random. And here is when I forgot to collect resources on the map. Then I finally summoned the Warthog. And now we're on Nightmare. This is where it gets pretty memey. Surviving some of these matches requires a little bit of luck in terms of Mac Blast. In terms of cards, you can sort of predict it, but yeah, right now, just a series of unfortunate events. Didn't get the energy fast enough, so I really cucked myself right here. I remember the developers were like, "You're still playing? How are you alive for so long?" So that was kind of that was pretty funny. But no, I cucked myself, and it's over. I'm gonna try and get the energy over here. But they got all 3 points, so I'm gonna have to like capture them really quickly and also clear out the map of the enemy. So right now I'm just summoning this random shit. Don't really have a strategy involved besides just like buying myself enough time. I go to the place with the lowest amount of units, which would probably be like that area right over there. Got a Wolverine just sort of like being a meme. Right now we're just gonna move in right now. Next wave is coming in, and once that happens, oh god, it just progressively gets more and more fucked. Yeah, I don't really use the Vulture's ability that much.
There won't be anything left of them. Pushing her as fast as I can.
Capture that. Finally, energy comes in.
Capture. New wave. Energy dropped.
I'm still not moving that Warthog fast enough, so that's pretty bad.
Zone B captured.
Ready when you are, sir.
All units.
Here we go. Next the wave.
Wave started.
Is this the flamethrower, mass flamethrower wave? No, 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 no. This is the mass marine cyclops and flamethrower wave. Oh, oh, yes. There we go. This would have. I would have loved to have a Mac Blast right here. This is why you save your Mac Blast, by the way.
Flying out.
Yeah, so I should have backed off right here.
Zone
For those of you who don't know,
contested.
What's broken?
actually, I don't know where I was going with that statement. I think I was about to talk about the Cyclops, but I feel as though I can display in its own video. Okay, Mac Blast right there. He's super bait, and that didn't much of anything. Anyway. Watching this is just painful now.
Zone C.
Now I've got almost like no units, and holy shit.
Approaching.
Got a Cyclops over there, which is anti-vehicle.
Contested.
Hellbringers are anti-infantry. I'm gonna summon a Scorpion, maybe, but that would be pretty bad. I should have summoned the Marine. Maybe the Trooper Hornet would actually be a pretty good unit.
Wave start.
But I didn't do that. Why didn't I? I don't know.
Energy dropped.
And now we get on to the, I think the last armor wave before Roflmasterscave goes night-night. Kill a Spartan right there. So I think my objective isn't even to win anymore. It's just to get as many points as possible.
B contested. Zone
I just want to get that score now. I just want to kill as many units as possible. So I gotta survive long enough. I gotta like kill off certain units. I gotta just like
Zone A.
be the best that no one ever was. And so far, I think I managed to do okay. And then I die. You're gonna have to kill some of those guys with the shields or the auras over them, otherwise they will buff up your enemy units.
New wave.
And this is when it's just over. That's it. Unfortunate.
Say the word and I'll clean house.
So close to victory. 496190. I believe Alex the Rambler got like above 500,000. So as you can tell, I was like, oh, feels bad, man. I got the better prize though. Anyway, see you guys next time in the next video. Bye bye, take care, and subscribe if you want to see some more Halo Wars 2 content. I should have like the rest of the matches of Blitz multiplayer soon.